Welcome to another year at the Citadel of Learning at the sea level.
Life is a complex process. One should be focused and determined in order to attain success. Life has its ups and downs that shapes one true self. To adapt to these life changes, one needs knowledge.
Knowledge is power, the power to deal with it all, to be that champion, to be the best of the best, the freedom to explore, research, innovate, and network. We all yearn for knowledge to ignite our creative minds and be that positive change that the world needs. With knowledge, we grow together in companionship, motivating and supporting one another regardless of the different views we hold, languages we speak, or our ethnical backgrounds. Knowledge gives us space to nurture our talents and acquire new skills. Skills that help us think outside the box, to shine in sports, music, creative arts, and even politics. With the right knowledge, we become engineers, scientists, entrepreneurs, journalists, medical doctors, and so much more. Knowledge is the fuel that powers our dreams in life.
Power is success. And success is the epitome of it all. But wait, where do we get this knowledge?
To acquire the right knowledge, one needs a knowledge center par excellence. A center that provides leadership and outstanding programs by engaging in scholarly reflection, cultivating critical thinking, and advancing creative problem-solving skills in the fields of engineering, sciences, business, and related areas that benefit the society. A center with the state-of-art facilities, a modern library, well-equipped computer laboratories, and accredited courses that assures one favorable competition in the respective job markets after graduation. A center that boasts of diverse cultures that coexist in peace and harmony. A center with the right staff. Staff with diverse backgrounds and a vast undisputed experience in different fields. Staff with exemplary research portfolios. Staff that not only teach but listen, gives advice, motivate, encourage, and promote inclusivity and equality. Staff that allows one to express themselves freely without prejudice.
Technical University of Mombasa, a university of global excellence in advancing knowledge, science, and technology.
Jidu cha Jidu. Endeavor to achieve.
Thank you very much. Hello, comrades. As they say, come at the moment, come at the hour. The day is today, the 14th day of November 2024. We are here to talk about Tumsa elections. This has been ably enabled by TUM Creative Media, TUM Peace Club, as well as Search for Common Ground. Guys, feel most welcomed, my colleague.
Well, it is the 14th day of November 2024, the second Thursday of the month, and we are live from the Great Walls of the Technical University of Mombasa, the only university at sea level. So today, the tide of democracy rises this afternoon, and the stage is set for a verbal duel like no other. It's a battle of wits, vision, and leadership between the aspiring presidential candidates for the forthcoming Tumsa elections 2024. So on my far right, we have DAWA, which is the Determined Alliance for the Action, led by Franklin Kimtai. Then we have our Comrades Voice Alliance, the CVA, led by Mwanamku Kasim. And lastly, the CDFA, which is the Comrades Defense Forces Alliance, led by Joseph Olo. So the viewers, fasten your intellectual seatbelts, keep your focus razor sharp, and don't even think about adjusting your seats. What we have in store for you this afternoon is nothing short of electrifying. So this monumental debate, like my colleague has said, has been proudly brought to you by the TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Well, my good name is Waridi Rehema, and I'll be one of your moderators for today. So as we navigate the waters of leadership, integrity, accountability in this defining moment for our university, let the dialogue begin, and may the best vision for Tumsa steer the ship forward.
As my colleague had already highlighted, as a co-moderator, my name is Sultan. Feel most welcome. And first, we have to highlight the objective of this debate. Number one, let me clarify that we are non-partisan. All we seek to give as our second objective is an opportunity for all the aspirants to be able to highlight their issues, their policies, and whatever they intend to do for their students. And lastly, to enable our students to make informed choice based on whom you feel really satisfied your desire, or you would feel that you want that person to be your leader. Now, back to my colleague to be able to read out the rules and regulation for this debate. Karibu.
The rules and the regulations for the candidates. Number one, observe turn taking at all times. Do not interrupt any speaker. No phones or written materials are allowed for references. Observe the time given to respond to a question. Each candidate will be accorded 1 minute and 30 seconds to respond, and in case of a rejoinder, please raise your hand and you will be accorded time to air out your views. And to the audience, all mobile phones should be silent at all times. No cheering or jeering is allowed. And lastly, movement inside the room is restricted.
Just to clarify, part of our audience today are members of our technical team drawn from the various departments. No single alliance was allowed to bring their supporter or somebody or their sympathizer. So feel most welcome. The team is very independent. They don't support any particular candidate. So at any given time you feel there is a bias, feel free to share with us. And the time is here. We understand. The ultimate goal of this exercise is to promote peace. But again, we'll have to answer some of the few questions. The questions are general. Nobody is supposed to be put on the hot seat here. We understand all of you are aspiring to be student leaders. So feel free, feel at ease, and we'll have a very friendly conversation. You'll allow me to start from my far right as the way the candidates were mentioned, from Mr. Mutai. Article 47, that talks of, that is the Tumsa Constitution, talks of leadership and integrity. It emphasizes on upholding ethical conduct amongst the leaders. How will you ensure that your leadership avoids favoritism and nepotism? You can share the mic, just hold the mic, and then you answer. Then after you've answered, the next person will also answer, and then the last person. You have strictly 1 hour, 30 minutes to respond. Karibu. Put it on. 1 hour, 30 seconds.
It's 1 minute.
1 minute, 30 seconds. Sorry
Yeah.
for that.
First, I'm Kimtai Langat Franklin. I'm the current sports secretary, and I'm an aspiring president 2024-2025. And I'd like you to repeat your question.
I talked of the Tumsa Constitution, Article 47, that talks of leadership and integrity, which emphasizes on upholding ethical and conduct among leaders. The question is, how will you ensure that your leadership avoids favoritism and nepotism?
First, thank you, Mr. Sultan. I've been in the Tumsa, and also I know the problems with the Tumsa when it comes to nepotism, favorism, and also all sorts of favorism. First, we'll ensure that what will keep us in check is the Congress. In order to avoid this nepotism, first, what we need is the integrity. And I know I'm a man of integrity. My integrity is not something questionable. So what we will ensure that we come up with a policy, we work hand in hand with the Congress to see how we'll curb the nepotism and also the favorism. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How we... Maybe you repeat the questions again.
Our question is mainly drawn from the Article 47 of Tumsa Constitution that talks of leadership and integrity, and basically it emphasizes on upholding ethical conduct among leaders. So the question is, how will you ensure that your leadership avoids favoritism and nepotism?
Okay, thank you so much. As for me, right now I'm a leader, and with such cases, usually it starts with me, then others follow as for my council. So I guess for such, it's me. It starts with me, as me, and I've been implementing that in my leadership, and it has worked. So I will continue practicing the same about curbing that nepotism and the ethical issues among that. And that has helped me because it's something that has made me somewhere right now and won awards for that. So I feel like when I be there, I can implement that perfectly. Yeah. So.
Thank you very much. Yes, the question is asking on how we'll be able to handle favoritism and nepotism in my leadership. And I would like to say that, one, I'm a man of the people, and I'm a leader of all students, not of my community. And if you observe very well, you'll find that I have supporters from even other communities which are not within the communities that I'm forming an alliance with. The reason being, I've been serving as the faculty rep, School of Engineering and Technology. And I like and I love leadership of inclusivity, where everyone, we don't say that you are an engine, you are not supporting us, you are a Kali, you are a Kamba. No, everyone is brought on board. If you can check, because I can see time is running, in my delegates whom I've made to stand with me, I have delegates from all other tribes. Some of the tribes are in Dawa, some of the tribes are in CVA. but I have them on board to do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So Article 26 of the Tumsa Election Clause 2 still under matters leadership and integrity. It says that there's a mandate for the council to protect and uphold the constitution and ensure transparency. So a wise man once said that transparency is the foundation upon which trust is built. So my question is, what specific actions will you take to uphold transparency in the students' operation? I repeat again, what specific actions will you take to ensure you uphold transparency in the students' council operations? Maybe starting from Joseph again.
Thank you. One, to make sure that there is transparency in my government. I think we have two sections of the student leadership. We have the executive and the Congress. And Congress, their work is now to keep us on check as the executive. So one way to make sure that there is transparency in my government is allowing the Congress members to do their work. If there is any event that we are doing, that budget must pass through the Congress. They must be in the light. They know everything that is going on, and they approve it before we start doing it. So I think that will help us to have transparency. Thank you.
Maybe before we proceed, I'd like you to expound a bit. You said that your budget will pass through the comrades. So we are, I think, 20,000 plus students in this institution. So how will the students which will pass, will it come out in form of a memo? Will there be special sittings formed? How exactly will you ensure that this, the budgets pass through the students? And how effective will that be?
Thank you. I think the Congress comprises of faculty reps. And these people represent people from each school. So I believe that if that faculty rep is a student leader, when he comes to the parliament, he should represent what people are saying. What is the wish of the people outside there? So when you be open to this person and allow this person to know everything which is going on, automatically comrades will know what's going on. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. As for me, for transparency, I guess as an aspirant, we are supposed to be concerned and we are supposed to be on the constitution must be on the fingertips. That is, if you're going for the docket of the academics, presidency, finance, you have to understand your roles. So as we are in the government ourselves about managing the transparency, we will be having public participations that will we will be involving each and every faculty, the tribes, the community that might be the faculty representatives might be of one tribe, so that they know that of we have neglected or this. So if we find that maybe who won the faculty representative or those in the Congress of one community, we now have those from the community level, other communities, so that everyone is included in that for transparency and there are no any issues or complaints. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like you to kindly repeat the question.
Okay, so the question is, what specific actions will you take to uphold transparency in the Students' Council operations?
Thank you, Farida. First, I'm the Comrades Project. And when you are the Comrades Project, nothing will come between you and the service delivery with comrades. And to ensure the transparency, I, as the chairperson, I'll ensure that every docket and every member of the executive, whenever he or she is maybe mandated to do maybe an event or something, I'll be the Auditor General to them. I'll liaise with my finance secretary to ensure that every last coin of the comrades, because the TUMSA runs on the funds of the comrades. The activity fee paid by the comrades, which is 700 per semester, I'll ensure that not even one bob is misused by the cartels, because I'm the comrades project. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe just to remind the aspirants or the candidates that as you speak, maintain the camera contact, and at the same time you look at the time. Huh? Thank you so much. Huh? We are now to third question. Huh? Back to Article 47. The reason why we insist on the Article 47, which basically covers on leadership and integrity, is because if we all agree, that is where, even in nationally, even in the national politics, that is where the problem is. Matters to do with leadership and integrity. Now, the same article requires that leaders prioritize public duty over personal interest. Now the question, which will start with Mwanamkuu. How do you plan to balance your personal interests with your responsibilities as the president? Kindly respond to that. How do you plan to balance your personal interests and your responsibility as the president? Article 47 of the Tumsa Constitution talks about leadership and integrity, and it requires leaders to prioritize public duty over personal interest. Now, as a person, as the president, assuming that comrades give you the opportunity to be their president, how do you plan to balance your personal interests vis-a-vis your personal interest vis-a-vis the office duty as the president?
Okay, thank you so much. As a voice itself, I'll put myself in the shoe of the comrades, because it is them that I'll be in that seat. So basically, I'll be on the need of the comrades. So I don't think if I'll be more on my self-interest, but more of the interest of comrades as a leader. And that's why I'm there as their president. Yeah.
Thank you. Then I'll proceed to Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Sultan, my definition for self-interest is at this setup is the comrades' needs. And at no time will be my self-interest will be other thing than comrades' needs. In all aspects, I'll always choose comrades first. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Ulo, can pass the mic.
Thank you. I would like to say that one, being that when you want to become the president, you go to the negotiation table, you negotiate with others, will you divide posts, and you will find that some of the times unaambiwa, tunataka uende ukue academic secretary, but you say that no, I want to be the president. So being that you become stiff to the presidency until you get there, number one, that is personal interest. So our first personal interest as the presidency is being that president. So what I can say is that one, what comes first in life, to be honest, is that personal interest. So as a student leader now, you have to be very careful that now, how am I going to balance it? My personal interest with my responsibility. So what I can say that one, when I get there, serving people is the key. Engaging the people, knowing what people want, and listening to them. Yes.
All right, thank you. So on to the next question. I'll start with Franklin Kimtai. Article 28 of the Tumsa Constitution talks about a vote of no confidence or impeachment, and it outlines the process that is supposed to be followed when a misconduct happens. So how would you respond if your leadership were found to have acted inappropriately or unethically?
Pardon?
The question is, how will you respond if your leadership was found to have acted inappropriately or unethically?
Okay, thank you. First, I'm leading with experience because I've been in this political arena, or rather the Tumsa leadership, and I know what it takes to serve the comrades. And then when it comes to being, my leadership has never been questionable because I've never chosen the management over the comrades. So at no time, at no point of time will ever my leadership will be vote of no confidence. So I think that won't happen under my reign. Thank you.
Okay, so before we proceed, for the panel in front, you're free to use either English or Swahili to respond to your questions. Mwanamkuu, please proceed. Okay, sorry. The question was, how would you respond if your leadership was found to have acted inappropriately or unethically?
Thank you so much, Waridi. Okay, about that, unethically, what I can say is, first, I'll investigate about it, and I should not have a say on that until I investigate both the comrades and both from the parliament or the executive myself. So I have to investigate about that, and not only investigate, but public opinions about that. If at all this persists, it means that there is a problem. Now, there I'll take up to that to ensure that peace is maintained and no wrangles at all. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you. The question is asking how I'll act when my leadership acted ethically or inappropriately. Okay. What I can say, I can't refuse that it can't happen because now I'm a leader and I'll be working with people of different personalities. So it can happen with someone. But number one, what I can say is that personally, it's something that I'll also condemn as well because it's not good. We need to work for comrades without discrimination. But when it happens, number one, I believe that a wise man is a man who accepts corrections. Even the Bible says that he who does not accept correction is a fool. Yeah. So I believe that if it can happen, it can be corrected. If it is within me, if it is not within me, we can sit down and talk, correct each other so that we can act appropriately, so that we become the better leaders that students want. Yes, thank you.
Now, thank you so much for your response. Now, this question is very important because now that is what is currently going on. All of you, I believe you have supporters. At one point in time, some of us may have been privileged to be in your positions. So there is the influence of supporters in whatever that you do. And according to your article, the Article 25 of Tumsa Constitution, that talks about authority of the Student Council, which ensures that council actions align with Tumsa objectives, independent of undue influence. You've heard, I don't know, but we've heard that there is a lot of noise outside. I don't know from which particular side, but we believe all of those guys are your supporters. So, as a candidate, and this goes to, he started the response, then now I'll go to Mr. Chairman. What strategies will you use to resist pressure from influential groups seeking to sway your decisions? What strategies will you use to resist pressure from influential groups seeking to sway your decisions? Karibu.
Okay, thank you. I've always been a man of a firm decision, and I've never been swayed by any number of people, or maybe my supporters, because I've served in the Tumsa, and at no point of time my decision has been questioned by my supporters. regardless of how good or bad it is. So the strategy is, during my actions, before I make any action, I always listen to the ground. I always, most of the time, you will find me going around the school, maybe doing maybe a survey before I do things. I won't just ambush comrades with my decisions. I'll always first, because I'm working for the comrades, I'm their employer. They employed me. The comrades are my employer. So I won't do anything without the first consulting or asking the comrades. And I believe if the influential groups tell me that they want this, we'll first work out to see if maybe it's a good thing or a bad thing. So we first see how we come into terms and negotiate how we can maybe do work together. Maybe. Thank you.
Yeah, just have the mic. My question is, which we'll have a rejoinder later on, based on your response. What strategies will you use to resist pressure from influential groups seeking to sway your decisions? Some of them being the noise that we have heard outside there, in one way or the other trying to tell us that part of the audience should be the various supporters, but we remain firm. So you as a person, as the President, Technical University of Mombasa Student Association, what strategies will you use to resist such kind of pressure? Yes.
As for me, what I can say is the influential pressure, I'm very much concerned about this because it's a scenario that has already happened, and the influential groups are not influenced if those that are influenced are not from your people. So first I start with my people, then I use them. And those that are the root of such pressures, I look for them, sit down, we resolve, so that they can go influence others, wamalize, wasiendelee kuinfluence wengine. Maana ni wao, tusiposhika wao wale wenzao wenye wana influence hizo pressure and stuffs, mambo yataharibika. So it is, I start with those, the leaders of such pressures, involve them, engage them, knowing what the pressure is all about, sit down and see how we can resonate about that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ulo.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to say one thing, that a good leader must be in a position or must have the ability to control his or her supporters. And secondly, I will talk of dialogue, and I'll give an example. I think I told you, Sultan, at first that when I was called, my supporters refused that I can't come alone. They must come with me, and it was pressure. And it was about to sway my decision, but I had to resist. One, I had to take them somewhere, we sit down. Then we have a dialogue with them. We talk, what can we do? I have to go there. Then we come to an agreement. Another way is those guys, even if there are 100 people and they are causing pressure, that know that there are at least maybe 10 who are spearheading, who are giving them the energy. So you have to identify those guys so that you convince them first. Talk to them well, then they can go back to the team and put everything in order. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to do a rejoinder, but again, you've answered. But my question would have been, suppose today, because we live to be guided by the rule of majority, but suppose today you are the president and student tells you, like, you know what, we need to go and abolish a certain structure, or we need to go this way, something that maybe may not be as per the laws. As a student leader, something that you believe this might be not the right thing to do, but it is by the majority. How will you go about it, Mr. Chairman? How will you go about it? It's the majority will, but you feel like it's not the right thing to do.
First, they always say the people shall. but under this circumstance, if they are not maybe seeing the sense that I'm maybe telling them, I'll just go on with the decision, because a good leader is the one that takes people where they not is not a good leader is not the one who takes people where they want, but he takes people where they ought to be. So that's how I'll deal with that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, as their leader, someone who represents the comrades, I understand that a comrade is always right. And what comrades needs, comrades get. But in such a case, I will try my best, weighing if that thing happens, the disadvantages. If there are more disadvantages that will affect other comrades that are not concerned, then I'll find a peaceful way to address more of the disadvantaged ways that they'll get after iyo kitu may happen mbaya. Right? If I see they are more advantageous, then we will go ahead, we do it. But if it brings more harm to the comrades, then I'll pick it from there, tell them how it will affect us. Yeah. It gets and sinks into them. Yeah, I know it's right for us to be listened to, but look at the factors, the disadvantages. We are doing this. So you need the school ifungwe because of this. We are doing this. There is you who you are used to. There's that first year ameingia saizi. Do you need evil? So there are ways that we will resolve so that others who are not involved to be disadvantaged.
I thought I had responded to it. Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to matters students' welfare. Article 5 of the Tumsa Constitution, Clause 5, talks about aims and objectives, which includes promoting students' welfare. So under this, the question is, what initiatives do you plan to introduce to address mental health challenges among students? So what initiatives do you plan to introduce to address mental health challenges among students? Maybe I'll start with Franklin.
Over the recent past, mental health has been a very big issue, because many comrades, last year almost 5 comrades died because of the mental health. And in response to that, we'll work hand in hand with maybe NGOs, CBOs around Mombasa. I've heard there's a search for common ground, which is for peace. Peace is also the comrades' welfare. We'll work hand in hand with many NGOs to ensure that comrades, the mental health is curbed, because over the recent past it has caused a lot of damage. And it's been because of very small issues. You find a comrade maybe doesn't have maybe money, and maybe that causes him or her to suicide. Yeah. So in response to that, we'll always make sure we get the right people to partner with, maybe engage comrades in, maybe come up with a fund or a policy that will always assist comrades in matters of finance, because many comrades, even here inside here, there are some comrades going through some finance issues, and finance is the major issue that causes mental illness in comrades. So we'll come up with, apart from partnering with NGOs and CBOs, we'll also come up with a fund from the Tumsa. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Me, I'm a peer educator and a peer counselor myself, apart from being a leader. I have received so many about mental health, have resolved them so much that it has made me, I'm in the social sciences department, it has made me in this leadership As a faculty representative, we have a club. We started a club so that it doesn't have to be a task of my own. Yeah, so I mentored those young souls from psychology. They be active. So right now we are having them to the field. They help other comrades about it. So the club is active, and it is truly working right now. So yeah, with me being there, me myself, I'm a flag bearer of mental health. That will be a good start of that.
Thank you very much. Ama itakuwa dhambi nikisema mimi pia ni pia counselor. So mental health is something which is very critical. It's an area which is very critical in the lives of comrades, especially men. Ladies, when you call people in for a rally of mental health with the NGOs, ladies will show up. Mostly. In a team of 100 people, you will find that 90% are ladies, but 10 are men. Men won't participate much. So I think it would be good if we come up with a way of engaging men. They won't show up to that event, but they are in their rooms, maybe then in the hostels. So what I would like encourage in the government is that if we can liaise with the Department of Peer Counseling, then we can make sure that we have people from the hostels. We don't send them a link to apply. They won't apply still. If there is a way that the trained ones can walk in the rooms and at least have one per department or per class. In the hostel, if we are in a SF, we can have at least 5 people who are staying with those people in the rooms so that they can get in close contact with them, because mostly what they need is someone to talk to, someone they can trust and open up to and tell them what they are going through. So if we can come to the ground, in the hostels we get these people, train them, then they interact with others as they help them, everything will be okay. Thank you.
Okay, so before I hand over the microphone to my colleague Dan, I have a question still under student welfare. So in recent times, the issue of femicide has been declared like a national crisis. So when we cannot control who people are maybe in relationships with, who they are seeing, maybe openly or in secret, if you as a leader, how do you think you can protect students, female students that is, but not excluding male students, from this issue? Because a lot of university students are actually experiencing this, some of them with maybe partners who they live with outside the school. So what key measure, just one measure, do you think that you can do as a leader to make sure that this problem does not affect our university? So maybe starting from Mr. Joseph.
Okay, number one, I believe in, let me call it, that is this term I'm looking for, that educating people, which I think is the key. Some of us, they get in these things due to social media pressure. They see it somewhere or from their friends, but they don't know the repercussions. So I think if we can have engagements, one-on-one engagements with these guys, is equal to direct that we are going to talk on that matter. If you go direct that we are going to talk on that matter, then those people are already engaging in it won't show up. So we can come up with activities that will bring people on board. Then when they attend, we'll touch on that sector during that talk. I think that can be better.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think sensitization is key, and also having motivative stories that I myself that affected me or a live experience, sharing it out to the affected person. I guess it will be a call for it. So yeah, just that.
Waridi, thank you. Last year, it was this year when the femicide was very rampant, and I'm proud to say I participated in something like a mandamano. It was not because there were purely ladies, and I was the man between all those thousands of ladies protesting in the streets of Mombasa. The problem with what causes femicide always because the society has empowered the girl child, but hasn't empowered the boy child to see the empowered girl child. Yeah. So the measures that we'll take is, apart from sensitization, we'll also do some maybe campaigns with some. There are many NGOs that are willing to work for comrades. They are willing to make an impact in lives of comrades. There are thousands of NGOs, CBOs. So I think we'll work hand in hand with them and maybe get a solution to that and reduce the femicide rates in Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm being told that time is also running. My next question is very important for all of us. You will be the president, one of you, hopefully, inshallah. Now, as the president or as the student leader, even to other positions, how do you intend to balance between academics, your own personal academics, and student leadership? Because it's something that requires, I would say, 24-hour attention. So how do you intend to balance? I'll start with Mr. Olo. How do you intend to balance between student leadership and your own academics as a person?
Thank you very much. How to balance between my academics and leadership. So maybe I'll just give you one, which is the main. It is a proper planning. How do you plan yourself? What am I going to do now and what next? So if I have a proper planning, I'm very sure that I'm going to make it, because it's something that I've been doing the same. I've been in student leadership. Actually, I can say I still have time. To be honest, I've been in leadership as the faculty rep School of Engineering, and on the same, I was in leadership in the Christian Union. There are meetings the other side, there are meetings this side. I also have to attend the classes. Planning, proper planning of myself has been helping me. And you will find that I'm doing my best in leadership, and I'm doing my best in the class, and I'm doing my best in the leadership in the church. Thank you.
Thank you. Mwanamku.
Thank you so much. As for me, time management is key, and procrastinations, avoiding of procrastinations. I'm a leader, and those two things have really helped me, and also disciplined. So those three things have helped me, and they have really helped me in a way that have won 2 awards right now of leadership. Yeah, so procrastinations, avoidance of procrastinations, and also discipline and time management is key.
Thank you, Mr. Sultan. I've been in leadership over the past 1 year. And I'm not bragging, but if you see my portal right now, you'll be amazed and wonder how I manage between the student leadership and going to classes. And because you find sometimes, maybe tomorrow you have exams, 3 a.m. in the morning, the OCS is calling you, there's a comrade, maybe he was doing something not right. You have to go, you have to wake up from your house and go back to the police station, deal with the issue. Then you find by the time you're finishing, it's already 6 a.m. in the morning. You have to go to an exam. So I think as a leader, you just know how to balance with them. You can't be a leader and you don't know how to balance the academics and leadership, because what brought us here is academics, not politics. I didn't know I'll come to be the sports secretary, or maybe inshallah one day be the president of TUM. What brought me here is education, and I'm a civil engineer. Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, and as you can imagine, the engineering, doing engineering and balancing with politics, because sometimes maybe you're in Nairobi for a conference for 1 week, but during that time, they say time is money, but I don't agree with that, because we all spend 24 hours, but we don't get the same money. So you'll, thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe just a reminder that this has been made possible courtesy of TUM Peace Club, TUM Creative Media, and also Search for Common Ground. And we are live in our YouTube channel, that is TUM Creative Media, both on Facebook and YouTube. Back to my colleague.
Okay, so next question. So under Article 27, the 6th clause talks about Gender and Special Affairs Committee, which includes a support for inclusive policies. So what actions will you take to ensure that the Student Council represent diverse student needs effectively?
Thank you, Waridi. Over the recent past, since I came into TUM, there's a docket called Gender and Special Needs, and there are special people. There's people living with disabilities in TUM, and we need to fight for them, maybe to get the buildings be compatible with them. And I can see the school is really trying, but concerning the representation in the leadership positions, the past regimes have really failed, because there is no person in the Congress this year or the last year that has special needs. So as the president, I'll ensure that the nomination for the Gender and Special Needs docket, first, you must be a person with special needs, and not the special needs maybe with some light. You have to be a person with really genuine special needs. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, as the president, I'll ensure that I guess the government comprises of two, the executive and the Congress. That is more nominations to be of the gender to be on the Congress. Their representation to be represented fully. And also, as a leader, I should liaise with the gender, the departments, the county, on the same, because it all not only has a say in the school, but also outside. So we'll have to have we have these disability days. They be engaged on the same. They feel that they are also part and parcel of. Kamasisi. Yeah.
Do you mind pardoning the question, please?
No problem. So the question is, what actions will you take to ensure the Students' Council represents diverse student needs effectively?
Diverse students' needs effectively. Representation. Okay, thank you. I would like to say that, one, as the president, you are the chairman, you are the overall overseer. Even if one of your duties is to make sure that all these other dockets are doing their works effectively. So, and there is that position of gender and special need representative. So what I will say is that, one, I will make sure that in my government, each and every docket is respected, one. Then they are given equal opportunity. Like in the past, you will see that some of the dockets are being seen as small. So unapata, kwa mfano, unapata, just an example, I have not said that it happened somewhere. You will find that someone in the gender docket anataka some amount to run a project for the people with special needs, maybe for ladies, pads, gene, those things. Then on the same, there is an event that should take place for sports and entertainment. Then you can find that the government is forcing the special need representative to stay silent so that we can have the other event going on. That is prioritizing the other event than this one. So I can talk of equality, respect, and we are giving them the same opportunities so that everyone's need is represented well. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Before I welcome my colleague to maybe request for questions from the audience, there is one burning question that I've received from our viewers, and this is in regards to violence within the university. We are not posting any blame to any of the alliances or anything, but all of you have witnessed there have been rampant incidents of violence. So, you, as the student leaders or as the aspirants, what percentage of responsibility do you take? Because you should be able to control your supporters. What percentage of responsibility do you take? And what kind of recommendations would you wish to make so that in the near future, from today, there will be peace and peace and peace? What kind of recommendation would you make to the UEC, the Dean of Students, or even to the university management in regards to the same? I'll start with you, Mwanamkuu, then it will go to Mr. Chairman, then Mr. Olo.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I believe those who cause violence and disruptions are supporters. So me being the aspirant, controlling the supporters is one and key. So as for me, basically watching the parties with the alliances, seeing that there are wrangles, and more so who are hurting our comrades who we should serve. Yeah, we've been experiencing more cases at the hospital right now. So I just sat and see, me as a leader, someone who wants a goodwill for the comrades. I will not go there and want them to wapigwe. So I held to hold my rally because of such cases as a peacemaker. So I hold my rally because sitataka mimi nikuje ni unveil. At the end of the day, I'll have bodyguards, right? I'll have bodyguards who will guard me. What of that comrade mwenye amekuja kuni support? You see, so nili avoid such because of that. Yeah, and it's a way to foresee nikiingia hapo how I will manage wrangles and violence. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sultan. To the question you've just asked, I take no responsibility, because if you come to my rallies, you'll always find that always most of my supporters, if not all, are comrades. And comrades are never violent, never. And never in my rallies do I maybe buy some alcohol and maybe give to my supporters. I don't, because I'm a man of God, and I believe that the parents of these comrades brought them to school not to take alcohol. So I don't buy alcohol. They are sober minds. They are comrades who are very wise, and they don't believe in violence. In a solution to that, maybe we should partner with TUM Peace Club, maybe educate the comrades, because some comrades are violent. Maybe not because they want to be violent, because of their leaders. Their leaders are maybe brainwashing them, telling them that the violence is the key. So maybe we partner up with the TUM Peace Club and educate the comrades that siasa itapita, sisi tutabaki. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to say that, one, we have witnessed violence in the institution. And some of the causes of the violence, if I start there before we come to recommendations, is that, one, as parties, we need to come to a point where we stop the issue of, I want to show that person that I am the one who can. That is what's causing the problem, because you are finding that someone has done this, but you want to say that I am the one who can do it better, and I want to show them. So I think as a recommendation, if the aspirants can focus on what they want, we focus on, I do my part, let someone do their part, then we meet kule mbele. Tuache ile maneno ya huyu ashafanya hivi, mimi nataka kumuonyesha mimi ndio nawacha, mimi ndio naweza. That one will help us more. Another thing is insight on a tribal lines. Tuache tribal politics. That's advice that I'm giving to aspirants. Tuache tribal politics. That thing is inciting people and is causing chaos. We are failing to understand as leaders that these people will still remain to be friends. Some of them are classmates. But juu sasa yeye sio wa kabila yako, huyu una incite huyo wa kabila yako atipiga yule jamaa juu ani support. That one is not good. Another thing is dialogue. I would encourage dialogue between the aspirants and the parties. Then we talk to our people. Thank you very much.
Mr. Franklin, I think you have something to say.
Thank you. Just to emphasize on what I just said, the comrades really need to be educated, really need to be given some advice, maybe some, because the comrades, you find comrades, as my colleague has said, the comrades are classmates, they live in the same hostel. But actually I can narrate a short something, because during last week, there's a time boys, a group of some very good comrades of goodwill just came and attacked me because I was with my security, and they just harassed me. I had actually to go and do some x-ray, but I'm glad no bone was broken that time. So we need just to enlighten the comrades that siasa ni kitu inapita. Yeah, and the main thing that ilituleta hapa ni academics. Because as we speak, there are many, almost 13 comrades. If you just walk around now, you will find in every 10 comrades you find, moja kona bandits labda hapa. Yani the comrades have been injured during this short period. So I can maybe ask the TUM Peace Club, search for common ground. I saw your NGO is a very big international. So maybe enlighten the comrades and peace prevail.
Okay, so I think Mwanamku raised your hand.
Yeah, I just want to add on something that for peace to be attained, it should start with you yourself. No one will come attack you if you didn't attack them. So they attacked you because you did something. So peace should come within you yourself, right? So siwezi fanya kitu mimi, amani siwezi ipata kama mimi mwenye sina amani. So what I should tell comrade, what I should tell you the spectators, that amani inaanza kwako. Na siku zote unapanga kwako kwanza, ndio utoke nje. Kwako kukiharibika, jua nje kunaharibika, na nyinyi mlioharibika mnaharibu wa nje. Asanteni sana.
Okay, so thank you so much for that. So we've had the aspiring presidential candidates for the forthcoming Tumsa 2024 elections. So thank you so much for responding to our questions. So we've had from the Dawa Alliance, Determined Alliance for the Action, Franklin Kimtai, Miss Mwanamku Kasim of the Comrades Voice Alliance, and Mr. Joseph Olo for the Comrades Defense Forces Alliance. So right about now, we are going to open the floor for questions that they may have. So the questions from the audience can be general. That means they, each and every one of you can respond. And the audience is open to ask a specific question to a specific candidate, as long as the question is not meant to jeer any of the aspirants or maybe bring a negative reaction for from the candidate that is seated in front of us. So okay. So I think Eugene, you might help us with the microphone managing.
And the question strictly should come from the audience, not any other aspirant who is within the audience. No.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to put a question to the aspirants.
My first question, I have two questions, but they are extended. Okay? So, okay. So, as aspirant, do you take the leadership as a job or as a duty? That's my first question. And the second question, or should you answer that one first? Zote. Okay, and the second one, let me frame it first. Okay, you can continue. Let them answer that one.
Okay, first, allow me to commend all of you for the vigor, the urge, and the interest that you've shown. You know, stepping into a battlefield to wrestle for a position, it's not easy. As far as I'm concerned, my name is Derek Oko, Communication Officer, Search for Common Ground. As far as I'm concerned, my main interest is to see how we can transform conflicts within the students' fraternity. And of the key thing that has always been within this institution, because I'm an alumni, is the tribal battle lines that has been drawn. My question, therefore, goes to all of you, that how do you manage constructive dialogue and even non-violent form of communication when matters disagreement arises between the student leadership and then students? Secondly, I know all of you have served in different capacities in the current regime. I'd love to know what is the motive why you gave it a shot for presidency and why you didn't just think to or opt to remain at the positions that you are in. The second question is, what is your motive? Because as far as I'm concerned, all of you are serving as in different capacities within the Tumsa. So I'd love to know the motive that made you give a shot at the presidency. And my third question, I'd equally want to know your end goal or your end game in being the president of a university at the sea level. You know, student leadership always catapults to the national realms. And I'd love to know, wherever your aspirations, not just to be elected to be a student leader within the confines of the coastal city, but where do you aspire to be in the next 5 or 10 years? Because as far as I'm concerned, TUM has not been able to produce leadership beyond the National Assembly. And I'd love to see these faces there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My question goes to all of you. I was asking if you could only accomplish one thing during your term that you think that the current regime has not accomplished, what could it be and why?
Hello, I'm Don Derek from the... Good evening. I'm Don Derek, Director at TUM Media team. My question is to our aspirants. We are heading to an election that has many shortcomings. We are currently nearing the election, and yet the UEC hasn't been formed. How are you planning if there will be any adjustment, or if they are not to be adjusted in dates of election? How are you prepared for that? Thank you.
Just a question. Are you sure they'll still remember the questions? Okay, let me ask. First, I thank the moderators for this opportunity. My question specifically goes for Kimtai, presidential aspirant Dawa, something of sort. You've been in this current regime, you're the sports and entertainment secretary. What legacy are you going to leave with us that we're going to entrust you with the presidential seat that you're eyeing? And my second question goes to presidential aspirant CVA Mwanamkuu. Our moderator of the day, the female moderator, asked about femicide, and it's an issue affecting ladies. And if you look at past events, so many female students have been killed, and raising the issues, the comments that you'll get is muache umalaya. As the female president aspirant, how are you going to convince us that if we vote you in as the first female Tumsa president, we are going to be safe in your hands? Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Ask Ochi.
Just one last and then him, then we are done with the question because of time. You just respond to the ones you finish.
Before I ask that, I think you were informed earlier about this, so you should have come ready. Sindo? All right. So my first question, the past few select academic years I've seen attempts of impeachment on different leaders just a few weeks after an alliance wins an election. For example, there was this speaker called, was it Koki or there's a name, He was impeached. There was an attempt of impeachment on Fatma, who was the deputy president of Jacqueline's Msangi Otiato under Impact government. During this government, there was an attempt of impeachment on the speaker. If you become president, how will you convince us that there will be no attempts as this that have no heavy meanings, or they don't have any basis? You'll answer that. Then second question is, comrades asked me about the kungunis in the hostels. I'm sure they're called bedbugs, yeah? Kungunis go mob sana kwa hizo mahostel. The hostels are in a very bad state. For example, Bamkele, the drainage are worst. Water is a problem in the washrooms. How are you going to work on that to make sure that comrades sleep in a good environment? 3, I'm a sports guy, so I'll have a question on the sports. Comrades wengi wao wanalalamika sana that they represent the school, but they don't get allowances in time, or if they do, the allowances are so low. But fees is being increased just all of a sudden. I think if the fees is increased, then it should reflect in all departments. No. Kama fee imeongezwa, basi allowances pia ziongezwe. So chairman, utagusia hapo sana sana. Utueleze ni nini chenye umejaribu kufanya hakija work, na ukiwa president utafanya nini ndo iwork. Asante sana.
Sorry guys, because of time we were supposed to have finished by 5, but now my colleague will just reframe all the questions because there is one more. Just one question, kindly. Because of time, we don't want to take, the other guys are waiting. Yes.
Jina langu ni Isaya Mudhengi. Maswali yangu nitayafuma kwa nyinyi wote watatu. Kwanza nitaanza na Kimtai. Kimtai, umekuwa uongozini kama mwenyekiti wa michezo hapa chuoni, na bado nataka kupiga hatua zaidi, nataka kuwa rais hapa chuoni. Kwanza, mbona siasa? Pili, mbona sasa? Nitaenda kwa dandangu. Swali langu, karo imekuwa kero shuleni. Baadhi ya wanafunzi wanakosa kufanya mitihani kisa na maana familia ambazo wanatoka hawezi kamundu kulipa ile karo kwa muda ufao. Ni mikakati ipi ambayo utaweka kuhakikisha kwamba wale wanafunzi wameweza kufanya mitihani kwa wakati ufao chini ya uongozi wako? Swali langu la mwisho ni kwa ndugu yangu Lo. Migomo chuo kikuu si ajabu. Kama rais, ni kipi ambacho utafanya kuhakikisha kwamba umetuliza hali ya wanafunzi kugoma? Asante.
Wow. Maswali chungu nzima. Waridi. Umesikia hayo maswali? Sasa tunayataka kwanza wakirespond kwa zile ambazo hawatakuwa pengine hawakufahamu ama wamesahau, utaweza kuwafafanulia zaidi ama kuwakumbusha. Asante.
All right. So thank you so much to the audience for your questions. So I think we'll start with the first question that was given by Mr. Derek Oko. He talked about there has been a trend of tribal politics within the university. And he asked what resolution, given the chance that you're elected president, what resolution are you going to put there to ensure that when there's a conflict between the student council and the students, you are able to mitigate that conflict peacefully? And then he also asked the second question, what is your motive for wanting to become the Tumsa president for 2024? And the last question he asked, what is your end game? So after we elect you perhaps, what is your end game? What is your end goal after you get to be the president for Tumsa?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This question about what motive has made me go for the presidential seat. Right now I'm a leader. There are so much issues in my faculty. That is a lot of theft. Me being in the docket of security, we sat down and raised that issue. And right now we are in this regime. We are having CCTV cameras, also in the e-learning alikuwa hatuna. So raising that in the committee, it has worked. So that has made me feel like kama naeza eka hii na imefanyika. What of the overseer, that is the chair, the president? Another thing is that about your mental health, nimekuwa nini sana. So I came up with a club in the social sciences department. We registered it at the dean's office and now it's working. So if it has worked, what of me being the chairperson now? Yeah, so yeah, those are, yeah.
Thank you very much. On what motivates me to vie for presidency? One, I'm in the Congress right now, and I'm working as the faculty rep, School of Engineering and Technology. So you are working under someone. So one, there have been limitations. Let me to be specific. So you'll find that sometimes in the academic docket, there is someone that you want to help, but maybe the someone you're working under is not willing to help. So you are being limited. Two, when you go to the sports docket, when I visit the people taking sports there in the field, they are crying, "Olo bwana, we are here na hata hatuna nets kwa easy goals. How are you going to help us?" Again, when you go to the docket of accommodation, you are finding people crying in the hostels. Sometimes back when freshers were coming in, we found students who were sleeping down. There were no beds. So I was saying, where is this people sleeping? And comrades are crying out here. So I was saying that there is a challenge in academics docket. There is a challenge in sports docket. There is a challenge in accommodation docket. So when I fit here, how am I going to help someone there? So I decided to go for presidency as the chairman. So I'll be able to put these people on check so that they can deliver to comrades. My end game, my end goal. He asked for my end goal. I think I can say, you say that you've not seen someone from TUM being in the National Assembly. Let me assure you that maybe I'm going to be the next. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What's my motive? The motive behind me going for the presidential seat has been because in this regime I haven't been able to unlock my full potential. I haven't been able to present what I had in store for comrades, because the last year I ran for president, but God willing, I didn't become the president. So the motive is because there's been limitations concerning, let me kill two birds with one stone. My friend Ochi, there have been a problem with the sports in terms of the disbursement of the allowances. So in regards to that, I had a proposal. There's a proposal there, Quadin, which proposes the salary, the token, the allowance for the comrades, the comrades in sports, to be raised from 1,000 to 1,500 per day. And there have been some times which I've been fighting for the timely disbursement of allocation of the allowances. But sometimes I go to an extent that I'm being told, cheza chini, sijui utafanya hivi, utakosa tu kugraduate. Sasa nikashindwa, why am I not graduating yet I'm fighting for comrades? I'll respond later. Thank you.
Okay, so for our viewers and our audience, I think due to the interest of time, we'll have our one last question rolling. And after that, maybe for the audience who asked the questions, you'll have time to interact with them, get that feedback, and we'll make sure to get our viewers posted on their response. So I think Mr. Olo had raised a question to maybe add on that. You'll start. And then the next question will go to Mr. Kimtai. So someone asked you personally from the audience that you have been the current Sports and Entertainment Secretary. So what legacy are you leaving behind to ensure that we can entrust you with being the next Tumsa president? And then we had a question for the CUA Alliance for Mwanamku. Someone asked you on the issue to do with femicide. So asked you to expound. How will you make sure, aside from the sensitization and talking to people, how will you make sure that we are safe? Because you're talking about people going to events and being killed, and I'm sure there are females even in school event who report things like being groped with their maybe fellow students and things like that. So how will you ensure that they are safe? Proceed, Mr. Joseph. No, I said, I think you raised your hand when he was talking.
Okay.
Yeah, so just respond to that, then Kim
I wanted to stress on one thing. I always believe that once a leader, always a leader. And even if you are just a Congress speaker, you can help people. And I saw that possible. The reason why I'm saying this is that I don't want to say that when I was the faculty rep, I was not able to help my people. So that is why I want it now to help them. Once a leader, always a leader. What made me sure that if I get this presidency, I can help people is one. I talked on something on limitation, that you can be limited by someone above you. But when sometimes we took an action and went up directly, we found that it's very possible. So what I realized that sometimes comrades are blaming the administration, but the problem is on student leaders. That is something that I noticed. Because someone is limiting me when I take a problem to him, but when I go direct to the administration, I get the solution. So that is where I saw that we lack proper student representation. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. As me, I guess it is the first time a lady has to feature out with as the head of an alliance. That shows to other ladies that it is possible for anyone. So the role doesn't mean huyu ni finance, huyu ni academics, huyu ni inamaanisha mimi kusimama kama mimi, inamaanisha mtu yoyote is capable of. And me as the way my sister has brought it, that how safe I'll be when I become the first female president is that I will be there as a fair person, and most so we have been experiencing these things of inequality, and that is something also has pushed me. Now that imefika cultural, you see that games, we have ladies who participate in games, but wako wapi? Hawako. So it really angered me, and I had to. And another thing is about the positions, the leadership position. Me as me nimesimama hivi, I know somewhere I have mentored someone to feature out because it's possible.
Let me answer my friend Brenda Maggie. Yeah. So the legacy I'm leaving as the sports secretary, first is the TV. Since I came to TUM, I've never sat down and watched a TV, but I'm the first sports secretary was finished his term kama TV bado ziko huko chini. You always find as a sports secretary unanunua TV, time when you're exiting office, you go with your TVs. Yet it's ni mali ya comrades. So I'm the first one to do that, to implement what I said, that we'll put the televisions in the hostel, one in the hostel and one in the pool. The second thing, there have been 3 events in my year. It was not a manifesto because it's a norm. But for the first time, there was no money that was embezzled, unlike the previous year, where the sports secretary got money, swindled almost 500,000 and went to Uganda. I didn't go to Uganda. I didn't steal even 1 bob in the Freshers Night, the Cultural Week, and under my reign as the sports secretary, I'm the first one to bring the Freshers Welcome Show. It was never a norm. I'm the one who implemented that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm told there is 2 questions, strictly 2, that requires a Swahili response, right? So I know we are comrades, we are well conversant with Swahili. My brother Olo will just have to adjust on a light note. My colleague will ask them before we go for the parting shot. Just ask only 2 so that they can respond in Swahili for the sake of Pwani. Sauti ya Pwani radio station.
Okay, so thank you so much, Dan. So the first question was to Kimtai. It was asked, mbona siasa, mbona sasa? So currently I think that means maybe I think before ulikuwa you were part of a team, but right now you have taken that mantle. Why now? That is their question. To be responded in Swahili. Then we have another question that went to Mwanamkuu Kasim that says, karo imekuwa kero, suluhu ni ipi?
Mbona siasa? Mbona sasa? Okay, nisamehe kwa kutoelewa Kiswahili si mdomo changu. Kama nimekuwa waziri wa michezo na burudani kwa muda wa mwaka moja, na kuna vitu ambavyo sijaweza kutimiza nikiwa waziri wa michezo na burudani, na ningependa kutimiza ile malengo nilikuwa nayo ama ile manifesto nilikuwa nayo kama waziri katika wizara ya michezo na burudani. Ndio maana sahi siasa sasa. Shukrani.
Samahani, amesema karo imekuwa kero. Karo imekuwa kero. Mimi kama kiongozi na mbunge katika bunge la chuo kikuu cha Mombasa, niko katika kitengo cha elimu. Sasa katika hapo tumejaribu saa hizi vile tuko katika hii changamoto ya karo, tumejaribu kuja na suluhisho la ikifika wakati ule wa kukalia mtihani, tuwe tumelipa tu karo ile inayostahili ya hapa ndani ya shule, lakini ile ambayo inafaa kulipwa na serikali ile inaweza kueleweka. Maana karo ya serikali huwa inachelewa kufika. So Sasa hatutaki mwanafunzi asifanye mtihani. Unaona? So kitu tunafanya hapo ni alipe karo tu ile inayomstahili kustahimili matakwa yake hapa shule, kama vile hospitali, kama vile kulipa ile kiti ya Tumsa Student Association, na alafu hiyo fee huwa si kubwa sana, ni kidogo ambayo anaweza mudu. Alafu vile pia kuna kuanga na bursaries, tunachukua huko, tunawapatia wao priority ya kwanza. Asante.
For the sake of inclusivity, we would also want to hear Olo speak in Swahili. So you can respond to any of the questions in Swahili, any that they have responded on the issue of fee. Yeah, just respond in Swahili then. Which is migomo ya wanafunzi chuoni. Kama rais wa wanafunzi, ni kipi utakachofanya kuhakikisha kwamba umeweza kuleta ile suluhu kusikue na mgomo na ile itaathiri hali ya services katika university?
Asante sana. Nitajaribu Kiswahili. Kitu ambacho ningependa kusema ni kwamba wakati mingi unapata kwamba wanafunzi wanagoma kwa sababu shule ama uongozi wa shule imefanya kitu fulani na hawaja kuwa na maelewano kati ya wanafunzi na shule. So shida kuu huwa kwamba hakuna njia nafsi ya kupitisha ujumbe. So unapata kwamba shule wamefanya kitu lakini wanafunzi hawajajulishwa. Sasa waona tu kwamba imefanyika. Sasa kile kitu ambacho mimi nitafanya ni kwamba nitakuwa nazungumza na uongozi wa shule na tuhakikisha kwamba kabla shule ifanye kitu, kabla shule ianzishe kitu ambayo ina dhulumu ama hata kama sio ya kudhulumu, lakini kile ambacho kinasaidia wanafunzi wakuwe wanapitisha ujumbe mapema. Kile kitu kikifanyika, wanafunzi walikuwa washajua mapema hiki na hiki na hiki kitafanywa. Na pia ningependa kusema kukuwe na njia ya majadiliano miongoni mwa uongozi wa shule pamoja na wanafunzi, ama niseme comrade. Thank you very much.
Asante sana. Thank you very much. We understand, before I give my colleague for the parting shot, we understand there are several questions that are coming online through our YouTube channel, that is TUM Creative Media. Maybe I'll just mention some of the few people who have posted. We can see kina George Oyanda, Mercy Rotich, Steffi, Gabriel Kirui, Brian Mutua. There are several of you guys who are sending your questions. Because of time, we may not be able. Eric Kipiegon, there is Gabriel I've mentioned Gabriel Kirui, and several others. You'll have to pardon us. We are not able to give all the questions to the contestants or the aspirants because of time, because we have another lineup for the Secretary General that will be coming in. Now maybe let me request my colleague Waridi just to introduce the segment for the parting shot.
Okay, thank you so much, Dan. So moving on, so we're going to have each one of you just 1 minute, 30 seconds to give your parting shot. So just a remembrance that this has been brought to you by TUM Creative Media, Search for Common Ground, and TUM Peace Club. So as we are nearing the elections, what is your take to your supporters, to the whole TUM fraternity? Because what we are looking for in this instant is peace. So I think we'll start with Mwanamku Kasim, please, then Joseph, and we'll finish off with Kim Tai. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Just your parting shot, just, okay, sorry. Your parting shot, just what you want to tell the comrades as we near the electioneering period, which I think is next week. Just preach peace to them and tell them something in regards to that.
Okay, thank you so much. What I can tell comrades is that let's stop this tribal thing. It is not helpful at all. And if we go with this tribal thing, I guess we won't go anywhere, because what should I say? Okay. I understand that for peace to be there, development to be there, it has to come up with inclusivity of everybody. So let us stop this thing. I want this, I want this. Let there be whom you want. After all, it's a secret ballot. Peace. Hatutaki vurugu kabisa. So tufanye tu vitu vizuri kwa amani. Chagua kiongozi wewe unamtaka, and let not be bribed, let not be, tukue tu na amani, and that's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As we close, I would like to advise comrades to be vigilant, to be careful while they are making a decision. And just as my fellow has said, that don't vote a leader. Don't vote someone because he or she is from your tribe. Let's do away with tribal politics as Gen Z. Vote for someone because that person is a leader. You have seen leadership skills in that person, and he can stand with you and help you. And to comrades, I would also like to request for your support, that you support me with my team, the CDFA, Comrades Defense Forces Alliance, and I can promise comrades that we are going to stand with you the way we have been doing it. We are going to fight for our people. We are going to listen to comrades. This is a place, this is an alliance with the people who have the interest of comrades at heart. Your compliments, your complaints, your concerns will be listened to, and we will take actions and will give results. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. I want to first thank the moderators for a very wonderful session. And I want to really highly appreciate the comrades that have been standing with us, that have believed in our cause. And what I can tell the comrades is that I'm ready to listen, I'm ready to lead, and I'm ready to act upon the issues, because our university really needs cure. And as the president of the DAWA Alliance, which is the Cure for Change, we are going to bring to you the cure that the university needs. And we have the very best manifesto, and we have the very best agenda. So I want to ask the comrades, vote for the agenda you want, vote for the manifesto you want. Don't be coerced, don't be lied to, and don't be used for the violence that has been going on. And I want to thank the comrades for the continued support, and I believe with your support we'll bring this victory home. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our aspirants for the day. We've had the president, the presidential aspirants. We've had quite a good dialogue, or I would say conversation. The comrades will be able to respond, and probably after assessing all of you, let the will of the people take its course. But we want to appreciate you. We want to urge you guys that let there be peace as we proceed. That is for the aspirants. And for our comrades who are watching online, there is one person called Kamba Kido, who has really insisted that at least we mention the entire team. Are you guys seeing my question? We've seen your question, and because of time, I think by a mention of your name should tell you that we have seen your question. Our plea from this other side is, let's remain peaceful. At the end of it, we'll still be brothers and sisters. We'll still be a family together. As we wait for the next segment, we'll be breaking for a very short commercial break, and then we'll be back with the Secretary General. Otherwise, we want to wish you guys, may the best man and woman win. All the best. May God bless you. See your way through. And whoever will take the day, kindly remember the others. The others can also serve in other dockets. Thank you so much. Remember, we are live on our YouTube channel, that is TUM Creative Media, and also on Facebook. Let's join in for the next. I've been your moderator, Sultan, with my co-moderator, the name?
Waridi Rehema.
Stay tuned for the Secretary General debate. Thank you so much.
Welcome to another year at the Citadel of Learning at the sea level.
Life is a complex process. One should be focused and determined in order to attain success. Life has its ups and downs that shapes one true self. To adapt to these life changes, one needs knowledge.
Knowledge is power, the power to deal with it all, to be that champion, to be the best of the best, the freedom to explore, research, innovate, and network. We all yearn for knowledge to ignite our creative minds and be that positive change that the world needs. With knowledge, we grow together in companionship, motivating and supporting one another regardless of the different views we hold, languages we speak, or our ethnical backgrounds. Knowledge gives us space to nurture our talents and acquire new skills. Skills that help us think outside the box, to shine in sports, music, creative arts, and even politics. With the right knowledge, we become engineers, scientists, entrepreneurs, journalists, medical doctors, and so much more. Knowledge is the fuel that powers our dreams in life, which leads to success. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Success is success and should be celebrated.
Knowledge is power, and power is success. And success is the epitome of it all. But wait, where do we get this knowledge?
To acquire the right knowledge, one needs a knowledge center par excellence. A center that provides leadership and outstanding programs by engaging in scholarly reflection, cultivating critical thinking, and advancing creative problem-solving skills in the fields of engineering, sciences, business, and related areas that benefit the society. A center with the state-of-art facilities, a modern library, well-equipped computer laboratories, and accredited courses that assures one favorable competition in the respective job markets after graduation. A center that boasts of diverse cultures that coexist in peace and harmony. A center with the right staff. Staff with diverse backgrounds and a vast undisputed experience in different fields. Staff with exemplary research portfolios. Staff that not only teach but listen, gives advice, motivate, encourage, and promote inclusivity and equality. Staff that allows one to express themselves freely without prejudice.
Technical University of Mombasa, a university of global excellence in advancing knowledge, science, and technology.
Jidu Tajidu. Endeavor to achieve.
Please don't. No. Wamesema they are coming. Kwanza hiyo hello, please. We are using very Watch.
Welcome to another year at the Citadel of Learning at the sea level.
Life is a complex process. One should be focused and determined in order to attain success. Life has its ups and downs that shapes one true self. To adapt to these life changes, one needs knowledge.
Knowledge is power, the power to deal with it all, to be that champion, to be the best of the best, the freedom to explore, research, innovate, and network. We all yearn for knowledge to ignite our creative minds and be that positive change that the world needs. With knowledge, we grow together in companionship, motivating and supporting one another regardless of the different views we hold, languages we speak, or our ethnical backgrounds. Knowledge gives us space to nurture our talents and acquire new skills. Skills that help us think outside the box, to shine in sports, music, creative arts, and even politics. With the right knowledge, we become engineers, scientists, entrepreneurs, journalists, medical doctors, and so much more. Knowledge is the fuel that powers our dreams in life, which leads to success. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Success is success and should be celebrated.
Knowledge is power, and power is success. And success is the epitome of it all. But wait, where do we get this knowledge?
To acquire the right knowledge, one needs a knowledge center par excellence. A center that provides leadership and outstanding programs by engaging in scholarly reflection, cultivating critical thinking, and advancing creative problem-solving skills in the fields of engineering, sciences, business, and related areas that benefit the society. A center with the state-of-art facilities, a modern library, well-equipped computer laboratories, and accredited courses that assures one favorable competition in the respective job markets after graduation. A center that boasts of diverse cultures that coexist in peace and harmony. A center with the right staff with diverse backgrounds and a vast undisputed experience in different fields. Staff with exemplary research portfolios. Staff that not only teach but listen, gives advice, motivate, encourage, and promote inclusivity and equality. Staff that allows one to express themselves freely without prejudice.
Technical University of Mombasa, a university of global excellence in advancing knowledge, science, and technology.
Jidu cha Jidu. Endeavor to achieve.
Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2020. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground and TUM Peace Club. Catch every word and action live on YouTube at TUM Creative Media. The Tumsa 2024 elections is proudly brought to you by TUM Creative Media in collaboration with Search for Common Ground.
Welcome to another year at the Citadel of Learning at the sea level.
Life is a complex process. One should be focused and determined in order to attain success. Life has its ups and downs that shapes one true self. To adapt to these life changes, one needs knowledge.
Knowledge is power, the power to deal with it all, to be that champion, to be the best of the best, the freedom to explore, research, innovate, and network. We all yearn for knowledge to ignite our creative minds and be that positive change that the world needs. With knowledge, we grow together in companionship, motivating and supporting one another regardless of the different views we hold, languages we speak, or our ethnical backgrounds. Knowledge gives us space to nurture our talents and acquire new skills. Skills that help us think outside the box, to shine in sports, music, creative arts, and even politics. With the right knowledge, we become engineers, scientists, entrepreneurs, journalists, medical doctors, and so much more. Knowledge is the fuel that powers our dreams in life, which leads to success. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Success is success and should be celebrated. Knowledge is power, and power is success. And success is the epitome of it all. But wait, where do we get this knowledge? To acquire the right knowledge, one needs a knowledge center par excellence. A center that provides leadership and outstanding programs by engaging in scholarly reflection, cultivating critical thinking, and advancing creative problem-solving skills in the fields of engineering, sciences, business, and related areas that benefit the society. A center with the state-of-art facilities, a modern library, well-equipped computer laboratories, and accredited courses that assures one favorable competition in the respective job markets after graduation. A center that boasts of diverse cultures that coexist in peace and harmony. A center with the right staff. Staff with diverse backgrounds and a vast undisputed experience in different fields. Staff with exemplary research portfolios. Staff that not only teach but listen, gives advice, motivate, encourage, and promote inclusivity and equality. Staff that allows one to express themselves freely without prejudice. Technical University of Mombasa, a university of global excellence in advancing knowledge, science, and technology.
Jidu tajidu. Endeavor to achieve.
Welcome to another year at the Citadel of Learning at the sea level.
Life is a complex process. One should be focused and determined in order to attain success. Life has its ups and downs that shapes one true self. To adapt to these life changes, one needs knowledge.
Knowledge is power, the power to deal with it all, to be that champion, to be the best of the best, the freedom to explore, research, innovate, and network. We all yearn for knowledge to ignite our creative minds and be that positive change that the world needs. With knowledge, we grow together in companionship, motivating and supporting one another regardless of the different views we hold, languages we speak, or our ethnical backgrounds. Knowledge gives us space to nurture our talents and acquire new skills. Skills that help us think outside the box, to shine in sports, music, creative arts, and even politics. With the right knowledge, we become engineers, scientists, entrepreneurs, journalists, medical doctors, and so much more. Knowledge is the fuel that powers our dreams in life, which leads to success. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Success is success and should be celebrated. Knowledge is power, and power is success. And success is the epitome of it all. But wait, where do we get this knowledge? To acquire the right knowledge, one needs a knowledge center par excellence. A center that provides leadership and outstanding programs by engaging in scholarly reflection, cultivating critical thinking, and advancing creative problem-solving skills in the fields of engineering, sciences, business, and related areas that benefit the society. A center with a state-of-art facilities, a modern library, well-equipped computer laboratories, and accredited courses that assures one favorable competition in the respective job markets after graduation. A center that boasts of diverse cultures that coexist in peace and harmony. A center with the right staff with diverse backgrounds and a vast undisputed experience in different fields. Staff with exemplary research portfolios. Staff that not only teach but listen, gives advice, motivate, encourage, and promote inclusivity and equality. Staff that allows one to express themselves freely without prejudice. Technical University of Mombasa, a university of global excellence in advancing knowledge, science, and technology.
Jidu tajidu. Endeavor to achieve.
Welcome to another year at the Citadel of Learning at the sea level.
Life is a complex process. One should be focused and determined in order to attain success. Life has its ups and downs that shapes one true self. To adapt to these life changes, one needs knowledge.
Knowledge is power, the power to deal with it all, to be that champion, to be the best of the best, the freedom to explore, research, innovate, and network. We all yearn for knowledge to ignite our creative minds and be that positive change that the world needs. Knowledge, we grow together in companionship, motivating and supporting one another regardless of the different views we hold, languages we speak, or our ethnical backgrounds. Knowledge gives us space to nurture our talents and acquire new skills. Skills that help us think outside the box, to shine in sports, music, creative arts, and even politics. With the right knowledge, scientists, entrepreneurs, journalists, medical doctors, and so much more. Knowledge is the fuel that powers our dreams in life, which leads to success. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Success is success and should be celebrated. Knowledge is power, and power is success. And success is the epitome of it all. But wait, where do we get this knowledge? To acquire the right knowledge, one needs a knowledge center par excellence. A center that provides leadership and outstanding programs by engaging in scholarly reflection, cultivating critical thinking, and advancing creative problem-solving skills in the fields of engineering, sciences, business, and related areas that benefit the society. A center with a state-of-art facilities, a modern library, well-equipped computer laboratories, and accredited courses that assures one favorable competition in the respective job markets after graduation. A center that boasts of diverse cultures that coexist in peace and harmony. A center with the right staff with diverse backgrounds and a vast undisputed experience in different fields. Staff with exemplary research portfolios. Staff that not only teach but listen, gives advice, motivate, encourage, and promote inclusivity and equality. Staff that allows one to express themselves freely without prejudice. Technical University of Mombasa, a university of global excellence in advancing knowledge, science, and technology.
Jidu tajidu. Endeavor to achieve.
Amen.